for joining us this morning. We're going to do a brief demo on fractions. Hopefully this is something that's helpful to you. All right, let's roll. So we're going to set up a problem here with a couple fractions. We're going to say 1/2, and we're going to say we're going to use a fraction 1/3. And we're going to ask the question, which one is bigger? So we're going to want to say, we're going to use either a less than or a greater than sign to demonstrate which fraction is bigger. So let's start out with the fraction 1/2, and let's draw what that looks like. Okay, we're going to show two parts to the whole. So we're going to assume we have a block of wood that's the same size over here as a block of wood over here. Except on this side we have 2 parts to the block of wood, and on this side we have 3 parts. So here the parts are obviously going to have to be a little smaller, right, to fit in here. If my block of wood is the same size, let's say it's 4 inches long and 4 inches long. So let's say it's the same size. My 3 parts have to be smaller than my 2 parts, right, to fit in? Okay. So let's see what 1/2 looks like in terms of this fraction. I'm going to shade in one of the 2 parts. Okay, so look at Nadia focused, man. She is really paying attention. Thank you, Nadia. I love to see that. We're going to shade in one. So we've demonstrated what the 1/2 fraction looks like in terms of this block of wood. Now let's shade in 1 out of 3 parts on this side. So we're going to shade in 1 out of our 3 parts here. Okay? So now I would ask you a question. Which of these blocks of wood has more space shaded in? The 1/2 block of wood or the 1/3 block of wood?
1/3.
So you're saying this has more area shaded?
No.
I would say this side does, because it's shaded almost right up to the middle point. This one's only shaded partway up the wood, right? So this side actually has more area shaded, doesn't it, than this side? And you know, maybe that was my fault for making the half a little small. Let's go ahead and shade the whole half, and maybe that'll help us to make the determination a little better. And then we'll shade the entire third here, okay? Alright, is that a little more obvious? This side has more area shaded than this side. Alright, so what symbol are we going to make? Well, we're going to make this symbol, right? How do you know? Well, as I told Nadia, the big side is like the mouth of a crocodile. That's how I think of it. Okay? And the crocodile always wants to eat what? The smallest or the biggest thing around?
Biggest.
Yeah, the crocodile always wants to eat the biggest thing around. So he's going to eat the bigger thing. Alright, so we're going to make the crocodile mouth face towards the 1/2, and the point, the small part, face towards the 1/3. So we know that 1/2 is greater than 1/3. Alright, thank you for joining us.